So one day, and hopefully not a day too soon from this moment, but one day for sure, there's no easy way to say this. Let me just say it. One day, you are going to die. I went to a funeral this morning, and it was sad, and it was beautiful, and it gave me a lot to contemplate and a lot to think about. And more importantly, it gave me the most beautiful reminder that I feel like anybody could ever get. And that is the fact that one day you're going to die. But the message I want to share with you today isn't the cliche, oh, you're going to die, so live every day like it's your last, and that is part of the message, 100%. But I'd like to challenge you to think even deeper about this concept today, and I'll explain how. I went to the funeral, and like I said, beautiful and sad, and you sit there and you watch people come up to the stand, and they share their stories and they share their memories about this person that passed away, and it was absolutely beautiful and touching, to hear about some of the memories that these people have with that person, and the impact that that person had on their lives, the love that they brought into their lives, and how that love will never be destroyed. It'll never be gone, and it's a beautiful thing to realize that. But I sat there and I listened to all these testimonies and these stories, and I couldn't help but have this question replaying in the back of my mind. And maybe some of you can relate to this question. Maybe you've thought about this at a funeral, or maybe you've just thought about it in your day-to-day life. If you're having a depressing day, maybe you had the same thought as me. But you had this thought of, when I'd go, I wonder what people are going to say at my funeral. And I know at first glance it sounds hella egotistical. And while I'm sitting there having this very egotistical question just repeating itself in the back of my mind, I wonder how important I'll be to those that I love. I wonder what kind of grand impact my life will leave on the world before I go, all this egotistical bullshit. I just suddenly snapped out of it. And I realized, wow, what an egotistical question to be asking right now. Because the truth is that it does not matter what anybody has to say. As touching and beautiful as the tributes will be at your funeral, as amazing as the messages will be about how much love you might have brought into the lives of those around you, as special and honorable as it'll be, it really does not matter. Because at the end of the day, you'll be dead, my friend. You'll be gone. Unless you're a ghost or you're hanging back in spirit, unless you are physically able to somehow creep into your own funeral or just lie there in the casket and keep one ear open, you'll never hear those messages. You will never, ever get to hear the testimonies of your life and the significance that you had on people, or you'll never get that ego boost. And that makes me realize that it's not what really matters. This whole anxiety that we have about the course of our lives, what we will become, how important we need to be in the lives of others to have made our lives worthwhile, to have made our lives meaningful or worthy of being alive. It's bullshit. It really is bullshit. For me at least, I feel like it is such bullshit to spend the rest of your life living based on the opinions of others, what other people think of you, expectations that you might have put on yourself or other people might have put on you. It is an absolute waste of time to be worried about things that don't even matter. Because at the end of the day, what truly matters is whether you lived a life according to what you truly wanted and what you truly felt in your own heart and your own soul, what you felt was the right thing to do and the right way to live. Am I saying now that you should just completely forget about being a decent human being, just let all your manners slide and be a complete asshole, for lack of a better term, if people aren't going to remember me or it doesn't matter what they say, I'll just be a dickhead? Absolutely not. For me at least, I still want to get to my funeral, or at least I would like to think that at my funeral, people would have good things to say about me. They would say how I at least made their lives just a little bit better. I really would love to leave that legacy, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to leave a good legacy. All I'm saying to you today, and the only challenge I want to pose to you is, are you living your life based on what other people think? Are you living your life every single day based on fears that you are not good enough because you have not done a certain thing or achieved a certain standard or success? Because the whole world isn't singing your praise. Famous people make this mistake all the time. They think that once I have the approval and the love of the entire world, then then it'll be worthy. My life will have meant something. And then what happens when somebody famous dies? The news covers it for a big week, maybe for a month they talk about it, maybe even a few years. On that day they say, oh, on this day, so-and-so died. But nobody cares. And I say this trying to not be as nihilistic as possible. But the truth is, life moves on. It doesn't matter whether you were the king of Egypt or if you were a humble merchant. I don't know why I'm using old language analogies for 21st century, but you get what I mean. It doesn't matter who you were. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We all go back where we came from. And you can't take a single thing with you. You can't take your friends. You can't take the successes, the achievements. You can't even take your money. You can't take your possessions. You can't take your dogs. That kind of makes me sad. But you can't take your animals. All you can really do is live this life to the fucking max that you can. That is all you can really do while you're here. Decide what it is that you want to use your precious time on. Realize that your time is so limited. Realize that you are here for a second. Here 1 minute and gone the next. It's a blink of an eye. And just having that realization makes you think, why am I so afraid of living life true to myself, to my own heart, to my own wants and needs? Why am I not living life according to my own standards, my own expectations? I hate to be that reminder for you today, but your time is running out faster than you realize. You don't have time to sit there right now watching this video and not pursue the dream that you've always wanted to chase. You do not have the luxury of waiting for next week to go and ask your crush out on a date. You could pass away in 3 days. You could have a car accident and you're gone. And you never did the thing you wanted to do. So why are you not taking that leap of faith? Why are you wasting time? It's not even about achieving or chasing things, but why are you wasting your precious time with people and things that no longer serve you? Wasting time with somebody that you realize maybe deep down isn't good for you. Time is an absolute gift. And I think to myself, why am I wasting all this precious time living in a past that no longer exists? Truly ask yourself, if this life is all I get, how would you spend your time? And to kind of end this message off today, I'd like to just remind you that even though you'll never get to hear the sermons at your own funeral, you'll never get to hear the touching tributes about yourself and the legacy that you left. You'll never get to hear it. But that does not mean that you don't get to hear them right now. The people that are in your life currently, the people that you love the most, are still alive, and so are you. So I encourage you to go up to whoever that is for you today, whether it's your mom and dad, your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, boyfriend, sisters, brothers, friends, acquaintances even, man. Just go up to people. Go up to that person or those people and give them the biggest hug you've ever given them and say, I love you so much and I'm so grateful to have had you in my life. You mean the world to me. That is the closest you'll ever get to hearing what people thought about you. And more importantly, it's the closest you'll ever get to you being able to telling those people what they truly mean to you. Drop your fucking ego, bro. Drop it. Drop this bullshit of pride, this I am so important, I can't let my feelings out. Tell your ego to shut the hell up, bro. And go and tell those people you love them today. Because the truth is, you never know when the last time will come, when time runs out and you never get to say the things you always wanted to say. So if you take anything away from this video today, it's just find the bravery to live life on your own terms. Just realize that your time here, it's limited, and whether you become a king or a beggar, doesn't matter. It does not matter. What matters is that you experience love and appreciate every moment of the journey. Do not wait for your funeral to start living today. No regrets, bro. No regrets.